Welcome to my podcast today, season 3, episode 31. I'm well into it now. I thought I'd have a guest today. I did try to get a guest chat about stuff, but no success yet. So I just thought I'd get back with another podcast anyway. Talking to myself as good as ever, and just setting the trends, what's going to happen. I am on a I am on a thing here today, video thing here, so I just want to make a podcast that way to try it out. There is a lot on the news there, a lot of stuff there on the news. So that is the latest thing down on that. If I'm going to the Irish Independent news now, I'm gonna do the Bray People news there. It just is the latest crash there that happens there. Crash victim tributes to Tommy Trey and grandparents Thomas and Bridget O'Reilly that died in a terrible accident. I see that happened there. It happened yesterday, actually. It was an accident in Tipperary. There is a lot of accidents lately, crashes, road accidents, which is terrible. It's single vehicle collision happened around 9 p.m. It says, I see, outside the town. Tragedy comes less than a week after 4 people died in Clonmel. Taoiseach Leo Varadkar offers his condolences. Tributes have been paid to the grandparents and grandson who died in a road crash in Tipperary in Cashel. Both remains in hospital today. Guard said the man is being treated for serious injuries and woman is being treated. So these are there's terrible crashes there. There was one there last week as well in Tipperary. So and there's no end to it. I think the thing is up there. The road deaths for this year, it's up huge stats. So I'm just saying, anyone that's driving, mind themselves out there. The roads, just to mind yourself and take care. It's terrible when you come to think of it. And then it just says Aileen Gleeson in profile. Meet Ireland's new caretaker boss. As Vera exits the stage, Ellen Gleeson reigned as Ireland would be grief as she will only be in charge for a minimum of 2 National League games next month as caretaker, but leading the side out against Northern Ireland at Avios with a career high for someone who stood out far more in their post-playing career than they did in their playing days. So I was saying I did write a message earlier on. It was a witch hunt really. Poor Elvira, she had got very, I think it was a shameful act by the FAI and some of the players. I think it is a disgrace, and I think there's a lot of views there on Facebook. I was just reading them, the way they got rid of that woman, and it's really scandalous. And people have to look up to themselves. I'm saying all the FAI boards should look at themselves there today. This woman won a lot of matches, and the players, some of the players there, do any better. Katie McCabe, she was really the main woman in the thing there. So it's really terrible, and it's a disgrace. And I think anyone that's following the soccer teams there are saying the same thing to me. So I just thought I'd mention this on my podcast today. I think it's another disgrace, and this woman won a lot of matches with Ireland. I don't think the FI know how bad and how bad of a mistake they have made today by sacking this woman. And that's the way I end my piece. I just thought I'd say that. That's what I've been thinking all day. I think it's another disgrace and a shame. Shame on the FEI and shame on some of the Irish players. That's the way I say it. So I just thought I'd get that off my chest. That's my rant there. And then 14 extra TDs and 4 more constituents recommended. I see they're changing the boundaries on the elections, and it's that's the way it's done there. So I just thought I'd say that anyway, and I am going to go to the news, the news on the paper there, the Bray People news, which is a big what I rely on a lot. on myself on my podcast. I try to make one every week about the Bray area and the news. So I just thought I'd get back on that now. The main on the main page it just says Bray four come top of the class and leaving cert. They're at a secondary school. They're getting a huge amount. There's a girl there that's got 625 points, which is a huge amount there. And then Fionn reveals his study secret as he got 625. Fionn Lavin, who attends Coláiste Ryan in Bray, he got a huge amount as well. And then Laura had praises around education and leaving cert students get 625. Anyone that gets that amount of points, it's really great result. Uh, Businessman who died in holiday had a heart of gold. That's the late Paul Tynan. Tributes have been made to who is director of Pembrokeshire Program Electric. So huge thing. And then it just says more about Biffy. I go there myself. It says Biffy regrets having to cancel film course. Bray Institute. Second, I know there are a few of the students there. It's terrible. The cost was cut there. The third year students and Mr. Tedris there said that everything was very polite and satisfactory as he normally added that regrettable. It's not only the course we'll have to close down and new courses are opening. Courses that still are not guaranteed, he said. So, but we have decided that because there are only three students for the HND course, that we won't run that course this year. So that's then on that one. So I did know a few students there. It's terrible results, a terrible decision there. But I can't comment on it. But that's the way it is in the colleges there, places. Greystone's Garda station closure concerns quelled. Minister Harris confirmed there are no plans to close station. An alarm raised as Dargle River threatened again by flooding. That's then. Wicklow TD John Brady at the Dargle River there. So Fionn 12 is a new double Irish Moto Grand Prix champion, I see. Teen held as Garda seriously injured. The second year boy was arrested after a female detective suffered serious head injuries in an accident which rammed twice by a stolen car. That's that news then. I'm just gonna go quickly through this paper. Calls for courthouse to become community hub. John Brady has called for a public consultation process for work has finally begun on the former Brady's, which has vacant was vacant since 2006. I say a proactive approach which responded to emergency known into the future should be our priority in Wicklow. Harris visits Wicklow's new special education hubs, St. Patrick's National School in Greystone, I see. And then the celebrity lawyer shock at death of little sister Sinead, late star sang many times at his Wicklow mansion's parties. This is Gerald Keane, the solicitor there. There's an article there about Sinead O'Connor, and so that's another story there. And then RT can't ask where the check is without changes, says Simon Harris. That's another article. RTE needs to produce a clear reform plan before the government commits any taxpayer funding, which is right, I think myself. They're not going to put any money more into this station unless it's done right. People are paying huge figures on license fee. It's 160 now, I think, and people are getting sick of it. I was saying it's gone down a lot, the revenue on the license. I was just looking at it myself on the news. I do a lot. I listen to the news a lot, so it's uh, it's interesting there that. And then Delgany Horror Culture Society in full bloom with the Lelia show, and that's then on that. And then Ellen helping growing offshore wind back in home ground. This article is about plans of bringing both globe trotting Ireland Christensen back to Wicklow. He told a reporter about his work in industrial that is booming. We're helping safeguard the environment for our kids. This makes me tremendously proud to be part of this team. So that's what he says there. So and then just the pictures there, different pictures. There's a good few pictures in the Bray People today, and no dog fouling fines, but 213 for parking on. I think that's on Pat's. That's the little library bag free for school kids. I see. Wicklow County Council Library is minding parents and guardians due to start junior to make sure to collect the by my little library bag. So they get a little bag there now, which is a new thing. It sounds good. Reigning Irish Championship makes all the right moves to win Bray Rapid Coldplay Chess Applause. Liam Moran from the Little Champion and Bernard Stokes with Bray Councillor Joe Bean for the ceremony opening move at the Bray Rapid Play. So that's on that. And then Charlie Budd calls for support for Hospice Coffee Morning, calling for more money there, as I was saying, for this great charity. Wicklow Winery keeping its uh, Irish as berry star in popular vintages. This man is Brett Stevens, co-founder and winemaker of Wicklow Way Wines. There's an article there about that on the paper there today. And then Wicklow artist returns from New York for first solo exhibition in hometown. This is artist Lisa McClary. That's the after a decade of living and working overseas in Sydney and New York. So and then Phelan Drew brings his love for all things country blue back to his hometown for Greystones out and about. So that's more about that then. And then David Luby writes an article there. Worst summer ever sees us turn to food for comfort from rain. And then the priest, Father Michael Coman, Bank of Ireland, not very media savvy, he says. And then there's an article then about just the television, the other guys, that's number one of the show, and then Kill Bill is on there again. And this week in 1993, Mr. Vane, Culture Beat, that was the number one actually, and Living on My Own, Freddie Mercury. So calls for expansion of school bus scheme, says Jennifer Whitmore there. There's more stuff about the buses there, I say. And then Pete Wedderburn, the general vet there, is be sure to monitor the length of your pet's nails, he says. Drew, Dew claws are prone to becoming overgrown. I see that myself in my dog, and it's a thing that can happen. So, and beware of the very poisonous mushroom. Eating one cap of the deadly poison Angus, a handsome white mushroom, is enough to kill an adult human. So, I see a lot of them actually on the ground there. They grow on the grass. I see it's the thing that happens. So, I see that myself there. It's a deadly disease there from a mushroom. And then David McCluffy writes an article there about sat down with musical theatre star Chris Holland, the man from Les Mis, explained how he made his transition from holiday camp to the top of the profession and then onto his new career. Show businessman, a tough life, you sacrifice a lot I've done, and the hair had gone. It does make a difference. So he coaching singers in County Wicklow. That's his new career, I see. And he was a good singer. He was in Les Mis and all, I see. And then Edward entertains. This week he's making a creamy leek and bacon tart, which looks scrumptious. The recipe there is on the paper there as well. Page 43. And then that's then about the main business. Aperchum Garden Centre appoints Jim Power to its board. I think it's in Delgany or something. That Pauws Hotel opens new contemporary bar and brasserie. I think that was on the website. They've done a lot on food basis. There's food parts there and different things there. So and then the Kilmaclonach just says more about Clucks is closing down soon. I see. September 24th, which is sad in the area. It was a great place to go and eat and and then just more about the jobs, the job section as well. Not much, but a few pages there. And then it says more about the Prius. That's the car he's reviewing this week. Prius Toyota, the new fifth generation Toyota. Looks a great car. It's the style for which Prius has been is taken to a new, more dynamic level by a coupe like Celadon. inspired by a strong emotional response. It's built on the second generation platform of the Toyota New, which reduces weight and it looks really sporty there. The new fifth generation Toy is now available at Toyota dealership across the country. It comes in at a price of 45,000, so uh, huge price. Honda update is COV. I see they're bringing out a new CHO as well. Toyota that went up and they've modernized it and it looks good as well. So on your bows out with real style. Irish career comes to an end. That's about Anya Gorman. And Wicklow man set to shine. Jack and Josh off to France. I saw that the two of them off for the World Cup. And then just Bray let slip to 8. Bray Wonders nil. Waterford United 1. I see that they've gone down a good bit there on the table, so it's going to be hard for them to get on this spot. So and then more back to the GEA. The main matches there that were on there were the Wicklow hurling matches, the senior matches, the intermediate as well. Outcome were playing in the intermediate Carnew. So the main matches there were in the senior hurling. Bray had a huge win. Bray 324, Air Oak 1-5, and in the other match in the senior, it was Kiltegan 215, Glenealy 311. So huge scores. So and then the match that's on this week is Bray and Glenealy. So that's the Bray already through to the semi final. And I think they have to play Glenealy. So it's rubber stamped already that match. So just thought the score is then in that match. It was a whopping 324, as I was saying, to 1-5. It was Christy Moore, he's 7. Mikey Boland 1-5. They had good totals. McCormick 2-1. And then Era Oak, they didn't have much scores there. Keith 1 point, Antoborn 1 point. So, and then in the other match, Kiltegan and Glenealy. The main scorers there were for Glenealy. It was Gavin Weir 1-4. He plays for the county as well. It was Sam O'Dowd 1 point and Driver. There was a driver playing Alan Driver. So that was the main thing. And John Keenan was doing the referee for that match, Kiltegan and Glenealy. So then it just says semi-final pairings emerge. At the back of the paper, it just says is still to play the Wicklow Senior Hurling Championship. No surprises really. Kiltegan will take on Carnew Elements, while Glenealy face the daunting task of trying to dethrone Bray in this match. So Paul Garney's men face a dress rehearsal this week, which I said this Sunday. So that'd be an interesting match, and I think it's on in Auckland as well, that match this week. So I just thought I'd mention it. So that's my podcast then. On the Bray People, that's the main news. And if anyone wants to listen back on anything, so I just thought I'd make the main news then. And there's a few things. The Wicklow Times came into the door as well, and that's then about that. So I just thought I'd mention that about the course as well. The course is there in Bray. Mentioned that on the Bray People as well. So uh, uh, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm here for, just to highlight things. And if anyone wants to get in contact with me or anything, I'm here. So Kevin McLaughlin, one of us made football true grand gentlemen. That's John Casey pays tribute to a real song hero. That's on the Irish Times. And then I was just going to go through the latest on the Irish Times. Coalition urged to scrap counterproductive conflict block levy, I see. And just more about the Electoral Commission review, 14 extra TDs and 4 new constitutions announced. I see they're doing something with Wicklow. That was on the radio there this morning. They're doing something major with that. They're changing it around and the levy on it. So uh, I was just reading about Mr. Donald Trump there. The thing, he has a lot of things against him and court cases, hush fund, whatever that is. I don't know much about that, but I don't know how this man can still go for this job of America. It seems a joke to me. This, if it happened in Ireland, uh, I don't think the candidates would be able to run. I don't see any difference. It's a big job, an important job. I don't see how we can go for this job. And if anyone else thinks the same, I say they do. I'm not sure, but that's the way I look. That's the way I look at it anyway. And then I was going to go to the RTE website, the RTE news, then on the entertainment section. It just says about Billy Cyrus, I think, reveals a grueling work schedule as a child. And then Adam Clyde, I thought alcohol was the way forward. That's what he says there. And Alison Hammond makes debut as Bake Off host. I see she got the job on the baking thing. She's good on the thing. Uh, and then U.S. President hopeful. This man there, Vivek Rasmay, he to respect eminence wishes over song. So that's there. He obviously using his music there with Donald Trump as well, which he's doing as well. I see he's backing Donald Trump actually, so I really don't have much time for him either. So Gleason, it just says Gleason mind planted interim Ireland boss after Powell. I'll be going through the soccer league as well in another podcast. I'm not going to at the moment, but it is interesting the English league and the Irish league. Bray are down to 8 in the table, so I just thought I'd make a quick podcast today. I'll counter the Wednesday news and Wednesday Bray People news. So I hope you enjoy my news there. I'll be going through on my next episode. I'll be going through Sky News, Irish Independent, Irish Times, the usual banter and living. So I'll let you go on anyway now, and goodbye for now. And thanks for listening to my podcast today. Thanks.